everyone, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Connecting with Amber D. It is me, Amber D. So I want to say thank you for joining, for coming in and watching. Today, I don't have special guests lined up. So what I wanted to do was explain a bit more about what it is that I do as a spiritual life coach. Because a lot of people are like, okay, well, what is a life coach? Well, what do they do? And I know that I've explained it before, but this time I want to really dig in and show you, the full meat of it. So, as a spiritual life coach, I am able to add spirituality into it, whatever it is your beliefs. I am an ordained minister. I am non-denominational. So I have studied as well as I respect different walks of faith, spiritual belief, religion, what have you. So if someone were to come to me and they said that they're having trouble with self-love as well as connecting with the divine because they were more spiritual, then I would walk them through a full program. I do programs that are anywhere from 5 to 8 weeks long, depending on what it is my client needs and how deep we need to go into things. But I will help you to find where you feel more comfortable spiritually because I've seen some people deep in their faith, but they weren't comfortable. And like myself, I was not comfortable in the Christian church any longer. After being a Christian my entire life, I just was not comfortable any longer because just different things that were going on. And that's when I started going to school. And within my program, I found, let's see, I found I found a, well, within the program, I had to write a paper on my ancestors, religion or on my ancestors, what my ancestors believed in. It's not a religion because it was spirituality, African spirituality. I went in deep because the majority of my blood is from Nigeria. So I like looked back and searched and studied because it was so much just Christian and Muslim. And I'm like, no, that's not what they studied in ancient times. So I just went back and just kept digging, digging, digging. And I started seeing Ifa, Yoruba. So that started to speak to me. And I just started digging deeper. I started studying more. It started to call to me more. My oldest, I think he was he was in his early years of college and he broke away from Christianity as well. And he started, studying this other thing. And he was into that for a while. And of course, little brother went with him. And then after a while, he said, you know what? Nah, something's not right here. So then he came upon Ifa and he started getting more into it, digging deeper, digging deeper. It felt good to him. It felt home to him. It spoke to his spirit. So then he came to me one day and he's like, Mom, this is what I've been studying. Da, 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 da. And I'm just, He's like, wait a minute, you know about this? And I'm like, yeah, like that's what I've been practicing. He's like, well, why didn't you tell me? I said, because you're on your own spiritual path. I do not believe in forcing my kids to believe what I believe or do what I do. No, their lives are their own, and they have to learn to make choices under, my watch, as they're growing up. So then when they step out into the world, like my oldest, he's 26 now, but as they step out into the world, they know how to make their own choices. They know how to make their own decisions. I raise leaders, not followers. So I allow my boys to make their own choices in life, whatever it is. and finding their own spirituality was one. So if a client were to come to me, I would help them to find their path. I'm not going to say, well, this is what I believe, this is what you should. No, these are the things I've studied. Here are the here's the foundation of this belief. Here's the foundation of that belief. And on and on and on until they're able to connect with something that really speaks to their spirit and help them to move forward in that. So that's what I would do as a spiritual coach for someone who is spiritually lost. A lot of people feel lost. A lot of people wind up getting disconnected from what they've grown up with, from what they believe in, because it's just not for them. And that's fine. People shouldn't feel ashamed or upset, and no one should ever come down on a person for not believing what they believe. I had a woman laugh in my face when I said, "Oh, no, no, no. I'm more spiritual. I'm not religious." And she laughed. She thought it was funny. I just feel she didn't understand it. So I didn't pay it no mind. I wasn't offended. She's um Catholic, so that's fine. I have no prejudice against any belief, against any religion. It's just some doesn't work for me, you know. Spirituality does, but I know the Bible. I know a little bit of the Quran, the Torah, and so on. And I have studied and picked pieces out of those books that, you know, speak to my heart, speak to my spirit, and that I do, apply in my life. Um, so aside from spirituality, I also help people with things like self-love as well as dating. Like I really, really love uh, getting my hands in the whole dating coaching, like helping people with their online profiles. Because I look at, like, when I was doing the online dating, I would look at profiles and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wish I could just help this person and like revamp their whole profile to help them get some hits and likes. That I one time, a young man sent me a message and he said, "You know what? I see a lot of women are saying, I don't need to be told I'm beautiful, yada, yada, yada. They say this in their profile. Why is that? You said it in yours." So I said, well, if you look at it this way, when you date somebody, when you're dating online, even if you are dating, or you meet somebody in person, face to face, if you speak to them, obviously you're attracted to them because you know nothing about their personality. You know nothing about what they do. You know nothing about what they bring to life or what they bring to a relationship. Obviously, you're attracted to them. So you don't need to blow a woman's head up because, oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're gorgeous. Oh, you're sexy. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Okay, so what? Moving right along, because that makes a woman feel like you don't care about here, my mind, or here, my heart. You're more concerned with the outside. Well, the outside fades. So she gives you a baby, she gains weight. What, you're going to walk out and leave her? That's where, a lot of women think. So I told him, when you approach a woman, whether it be online or in person, hi, my name is such and such. These are my interests. You're reading her profile. She lists interests that you have in common. Strike up a conversation. Hey, I see you live close by. You like to go bowling. Do you go to such and such bowling alley? I go there a lot, but I haven't been in a while. If things work out between us, we like each other conversation wise, why don't we go over and go bowling? Just I just kind of coached him through that. So then maybe 2 weeks later he comes to me, "Oh my gosh, you are my dating guru." He goes, "I completely changed how I approach women." He goes, "I wait until I meet them to say, oh, you look beautiful, you look nice, I like your hair, makeup, whatever, yada yada yada." And he said it really changed. It opened the doors for him because he wasn't coming with that, "Oh, you beautiful, oh, you fine, oh, you this, oh, you that." When men approach women that way, all we think of, they just want to get to the bed and boot you out, or get to the bed and continue inviting you there. So when you show interest in a woman as a person, show interest in their hobbies, show interest in different things that they have going on in their life, and you're trying to add to it, prove to them that you want to add to their life by, you know, whatever, um, then they see you as somebody that, wants to get to know them here and here, not just in the bedroom. So, moving along, if you were to come to me and you have had horrible relationships in the past, dating life isn't going well, and you say, you know what, I want to get on your dating program. That the program that I have, it's a 7-week program. And every program I have, I've just pretty much written out a template for each program. And that template will be adjusted per client for their specific needs. But so far, my template is we would meet once a week via either FaceTime, um, Zoom, or in person, whichever location or distance allows. And for the dating program, week 1, we would discuss, are you ready? And I'm not just going to ask, are you ready for dating? You go, yeah, sure, and go from there. No, we're going to have a full on discussion about it. We're going to have worksheets. We're going to sit down and we are going to be doing our homework to make sure that we know the right answer, and we're going on from there. If you're not ready, we're going to figure that out. We're going to work on that. If you are ready, we're going to make sure first, I'm going to have you do a self scan. Make sure that your mental is right. Make sure your heart is right. Make sure your lifestyle is right. I've met people that wanted to date me. They live an hour or more away. They have kids. They have business. They have work. They have so much going on in their life that we're just a good morning text, good afternoon text, good night text. Okay, well, do you have time to date? Oh, I'm busy. I'm busy. Well, then obviously there's no room in your life for dating. So we're going to make sure that those things are not in your way. And if they are, adjust them before you step out to try to date. So the third thing in week 1 that we would discuss after Are You Ready? After we do a self scan, then we would discuss what it is you're looking for, short term, long term, and in a partner. Week 2, we're going to revisit and review past relationships, good and bad. We're going to go through, we're going to dissect, we're going to pick them apart, because we're going to see what parts you played in the relationship. So we see what things that you need to work on within yourself and adjust so you can be ready and available for your partner, as well as see different things that they've done that you do not want repeated in your future relationships. So you know to look for them and walk away from certain people, or and then see things that you do want, so you know what to look for in a partner. The second thing in week 2, we're going to discuss, what do you want that you had before? What don't you want that you had before? So that's dissecting. We're going to dissect, that. So our appointments are an hour long. And I don't mind them running over, 15, 20 minutes, if we were really digging in deep and getting some good stuff out of it. Week 3, how not to repeat old mistakes and behaviors. That is very important, because if you have a tendency to be jealous, we're going to need to work on that so you don't bring drama and trauma into a new relationship, because then you're just setting it up to fail. Let's see. Then it would be in week 3, how to notice good and bad signs early on, so that way you're not wasting your time or anyone else's. Week 4, we're going to describe, visualize, and fantasize your person, the ideal person you have. Okay, that's manifesting. Manifesting is another program. Then after that, we're going to devise a game plan on where to find your person. Do you want to do online? Do you want to go out, start going out with friends more? Do you want to go to the gym and meet somebody there? Do you want to go on, what's that website? Meetup and pick a hobby. They have so many things on there, like groups for writers. Do you want to join a writers group and possibly meet writers? Like, how are we going to meet this person? If online, we're going to create a kick-ass profile. If not, we're going to discuss your appearance going out, because some people just don't know how to dress. Some people are like, I'm tired, I'm just going to throw on some sweats. Like me, I'm always in sweats. But if I'm going out and I want to meet people, I'm going to put on some makeup. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to dress nice. I'm not going to go out in sweats with no makeup and my hair up in a bun. Some people don't care. They say, oh, they need to like me how I am. Catch them first. um, week 5, communication once you meet. How are we going to do that? How are we going to communicate with this person? Because a lot of people do not know how to communicate. A lot of people do not know how to keep someone's attention. A lot of people do not know how to keep the communication at a smooth and steady flow. A lot of people have told me, well, I'm just so busy. I ain't got time to be texting. Don't come at me with that, because I'll blow you out the water with that one. But let's see. Week 5, communication once you meet. Then what to and not to discuss on a first date. That's very important, because some people have said some stuff, but I mean, sometimes us ladies are helped. I was talking to a friend last night and she said she went on a date with the guy, and the guy was like, I'm a freak. I like sex all the time. You're going to be doing this and this and this and this. And she said, okay, bye. So sometimes listening will save you from wasting another moment on a creep, ladies and gentlemen, because some women can be creepettes. So making sure that you are paying attention and make sure you're always being honest, but as you're being honest, saying the right things. You don't want to go, oh, I have this horrible snoring problem. Yeah, you can let somebody, I do, snore a bit in my sleep. But you don't want to go into it and scare them off, because it might not be so bad. Let's see. In week 5, the last thing we would discuss is how to hit important subjects, but keep it light. So when you're on a first date with someone, like me, one of my deal breakers, I don't want to date somebody with, really small kids, because my youngest will be 18 this year. So I don't want to date somebody who has the responsibility I have grown out of. I don't want to be snatched back because I'm attached to him, to the child's father. I'm snatched back, not necessarily having to do those responsibilities, but those responsibilities will affect my life. If someone is work nights, that's not going to work for me, because I work days. I tried to date somebody that worked nights, and we didn't get to see each other, because as soon as I was getting off of work, he was on his way to work. And then he had smaller children, so he was supposed to see his kids every other weekend, but if his kids wanted to see him every weekend, they saw him every weekend. He wouldn't tell his kids no, so where was I supposed to squeeze in that? That's something we should have we did discuss it, but he led me to believe it wouldn't be so bad. So I hung in for a few weeks, and I was like, no, this isn't for me. But you don't want to, like I said, you don't want to get too deep into it. You want to be clear, you want to be honest, but you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot at the same time. Chase somebody off before, you're able to really explain things. Week 6, second date or keep it searching. So a lot of times we can walk in, we see somebody and go, I don't want to see this person again. You just, that their energy is just off, or throughout the date, there's no kind of connection. So of course, you're not going to want to go on a second date. But if you see potential in them, then yeah, make a second date. If you don't see a potential in building a relationship or finding what it is you're looking for, don't waste each other's time. Say thank you, but no thank you. Week 6, one person at a time or multi-date. What are you going to do? Do you want to be out there hot to trot, date on Thursday, date on Friday, date on Saturday, rest on Sunday? All these different people. And if so, you better have a notepad. Don't get things mixed up. I myself, I don't do the multi-dating thing, and I do not wish to be a part of a multi-daters community, if you will. And then keep honesty strong. Don't start dropping in little white lies, because then they start turning gray, then black, then oh shit, I fucked up, So just making sure to keep your honesty strong. If there's things about a person that you don't like, let them know. Like I've told people, you live pretty far. I'm afraid to drive on the freeway, so I'm not going to come and see you. You would have to do all the driving. And if you're going to get sick of that really quick, let's not waste each other's time. But I do let people know, hey, if you don't live far from DTLA, I'll jump on a train. I live close to the metro station on my side of town. I'll jump on a train, you pick me up, and we'll go from there. But make sure to just keep honesty going. So in week 7 of the program, we're going to go over everything. We're going to lay everything out, from all our work from week 1 on down to 7. We're going to lay everything out. We're going to fine tune the plan that we've come up with. And we're going to schedule a follow-up. So it will really be an 8-week program, but the follow-up can even be just a 20-minute phone call. And for all of my programs that I do have with life coaching, I do a 20-minute free consultation phone call. So you can go to zenobiaspath.us. I will put that in the description after the live. And you can look over my services. You can find my email and my phone number there. So that way you can contact me and we can discuss what plan you might like. So I don't think I'll discuss shadow work. I do have a plan for shadow work for those of you who know what it is. Every person needs it, and every person needs to repeat it multiple times. I've done shadow work multiple times. I've done it in different ways on different levels. But shadow work helps you to go in and tap into that inner child and just start healing from childhood, from your furthest memory, all the way up to present. So shadow work is pretty deep. I guess I can open it up because that'll help educate people on what shadow work is. Shadow work, that's a 7-week program. And the first week is facing self. So we're going to get in the mirror. We're going to look in our own eyes in the mirror. And we're really going to look deep within ourselves, and we're going to help ourselves out. We're going to help get to know ourselves in the mirror that week. The second thing we're going to do is discover who you really are under the surface. Because I'm always happy and bopping around and cracking jokes and being silly and singing and dancing and, just being a ham. Like I love to have a good time. So I'm always just silly and all that. But that's just surface me. That I'm somebody deep down inside. I'm a whole other person, that I don't show to everybody because it's not for everybody. Everybody doesn't need to see that. So and then we're going to discuss what molded you. Once we see who you really are, we need to know what molded you, what events in your life molded you, how you were raised, different things that went on in your life, in your childhood, in your adolescence, your young adult to current to present time. What molded you to who you are? Week 2, we would face your inner child so we could start healing from any trauma you had from childhood or have from childhood. Then we're going to figure out who hurt that child in you. What made that child in you happy? And what made you? Every week for 7 weeks, we're going, well, 6 weeks, we're going to be digging deep. That seventh week, we're going to tie it all together. Week 3, what do you see in the eyes of your inner child? What is that child feeling? And how does the child look? Happy, sad, a little bit of both? On the 4th week, who do you need to forgive? Who do you need to thank? Who do you need to release and be released from? Week 5, how are you feeling after exploring the child? What ties or holds are still there? Did you decide what to keep and what to release? Week 6, do you feel reborn? Because at this point, you should. Look inside yourself. Are you different? And how? Is anything lingering? Because if there's anything lingering, then we're going to attack it. We're going to battle it. We're going to get rid of it. If it's bad. If it's good, then we're going to amplify it and let that light just shine through you. And what are your next steps? So that's the first 6 weeks. On the 7th week, we're going to review everything. We're going to tie everything together. If there are any exercises or activities that we need to redo or tighten up, we're going to handle that then. And then after that week, we'll schedule a 20 to 30-minute phone call just to see how things are going. So that's 2 of my programs that I have for life coaching. But I'm also a hypnotherapist. So if there are things that you are dealing with, like addictions like smoking, I do have a program to do hypnotherapy to help with smoke cessation. People that are addicted to food. I'm not saying any names, but sometimes we need a little work on our willpower. I'm not pointing any fingers, but I do have programs for that. I have programs for fears, anxieties, just that self-esteem, things like that. So hypnotherapy is very useful in many, many ways, because what hypnotherapy does is I'd get you into REM state, which is rapid eye movement. That's like between being awake and being asleep. So you're fully alert. You're fully aware of every single word that's coming out of my mouth as I'm speaking to you. So no, I can't make you bark like a dog unless you want to. I can't make you go rob a bank unless you want to. But when I get you in that rapid eye movement, REM, then I would help to insert subliminals to help you with what it is you need help with to stop smoking. I'm going to help you to feel disgusted by cigarettes. I'm going to help you get to the cash register and say, I don't want to spend my money on this. Never mind. Can you put those back? I'm going to help you find something else to do with your hands instead of holding a cigarette. If you hold it in your lip, well, you're going to hold a pen now or something else. I'm going to help you to remove the cigarettes from your life and insert something else in its place. Because with hypnotherapy, you do have to replace it. It's like on Indiana Jones, on that weighted booby trap. He had to roll the gold off, but roll the bag of sand right in its place. That's what I do for you with your subconscious mind. I take the smoking, the bad habit, and I roll it off and put the good habit in place. So that way you're quitting something bad and implanting something good, instead of smoking, instead of having a cigarette in your hand, maybe you have a pen in your hand and you use that pen to start writing, start journaling, write your memoirs, write poetry, write a list of things you need to do, and then get out there and go do it. Maybe you'll always have a pen in your hand and you'll fiddle with a pen. It's way better than smoking. It's way healthier than smoking. So those are a couple of things that I do with hypnotherapy. I just explained a couple of my programs with life coaching. I also do energy healing. And one way that I do that is with tuning forks. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it on here, but I help you align your chakras or your chakuras. And I mean, this feels so amazing. Like, where is the microphone on here? Anywho, I don't know if you're able to hear that. I don't know if the microphone picks it up. But this, oh my gosh, it really helps to activate your chakras, your root chakra, on up to, I'm not going to go through all 7 of them, but the main chakras that are imbalanced in people, the root chakra, your root chakra, that's kind of self-explanatory. All of the chakras, I think, are kind of self-explanatory, but your root chakra, that's the foundation of you. That's your feet being planted in the ground. So helping to activate that root chakra will help you to be more responsible, more stable, more planted as a person. And then we go to up to the sacral, oh gosh, I'm like, I can't think straight right now, but anyway, heart chakra is one that's off a lot. And your heart chakra, that's your love, your money, so on and so forth. If your finances and your love life isn't, in good order, your heart chakra could be blocked. Your throat chakra, a lot of people are dealing with throat chakra. And that's just speaking up for yourself, speaking your mind, speaking your truth, speaking, your honesty, your third eye, intuition, your crown, your connection with your most high, with the divine source. So we would go through all 7 chakras, get you aligned with tuning forks, with sound, your om and all that good stuff. My little steel drum, things like that, breath work, meditation. Those are other services I do offer as well. So if you go to zenobiaspath.us, you will see my services there. I want to start doing more on TikTok. I'm Zenobia's Path on TikTok, Zenobia's Path on Instagram, zenobiaspath.us, the webpage, and zenobiaspath@gmail.com, my email. And I do, well, you can reach me there. That I will be starting to put up more content. I'm just trying to come to center so I could create a better schedule. I'm getting used to my schedule here, being here every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on YouTube. Next Sunday, I will not be on. I will be spending the evening with my sons. We have a fun-filled event planned. I'm excited. We're going to go have a ball. I'll tell you about it later. I don't want to tell people where I'm going to be with my boys, online beforehand. I'll let you know after the fact, just safety purposes. But yeah, so thank you for joining. I hope you found some insightful information. I hope I've helped to educate you on what a spiritual life coach is, what a spiritual life coach does, and what it is in particular that I do, because different life coaches have different niches that they stick to. Me, I really don't stick to any specific niche. My niche is to help. My niche is to heal. So whatever you need help or healing with, I'm going to do that. So I love working with people in the whole dating field. I'm a pro at it, unfortunately. For now, that's gonna change one day. But I like helping people in that field. So dating, shadow work, self love, just whatever you need coaching with, trying to figure out what you want to do as a career. I will help you with that. I have programs for everything, and I do a 20 to 30-minute free consultation call. So we can help you find and pick a program that works best for you. If I don't have a template of one made out, I will make one for you. And also hypnotherapy, energy healing, um, meditation, whatever you may need help with, I got you. So I will put all of my info in the description area. Life coaching, hypnotherapy, energy healing, etc., etc., etc. I got you. If you're out of state, don't worry about it because we have Zoom for life coaching. I do not do hypnotherapy via Zoom, but for life coaching, I could do distance Reiki. I am a Reiki master. So, all right, I got you. All right, y'all have a wonderful and blessed evening. Love, light, balance to all. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love you. And I will see you in 2 weeks because I will not be on next Sunday. So, 2 weeks, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tune in. I have Third Degree, my boy, my boy, my boy, my boy. I love him so much. He will be on, and I did not see if there was any chats going. Okay, there isn't. He will be on with me next Sunday. I believe JoJo Daniel will be on with me as well. All righty, be there, a B square, 2 weeks, Third Degree, and JoJo Daniel will be joining me. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to discuss, but be there to find out. All right.